Michael had always believed that life's hardest storms eventually passed, but he never expected to walk straight into another one after years of trying to rebuild. It was a cold November evening, the kind that made the city streets feel harsher than usual, when he spotted a familiar figure slumped near the subway entrance. People hurried past, pretending not to see the shivering woman holding a cardboard sign. But Michael stopped. His heart slammed against his ribcage as if trying to burst free. The woman looked up, and his soul nearly shattered. It was Emma, his ex-wife, the mother of his daughter, the woman he had loved more than life itself, until addiction tore her away from both of them. Her once bright eyes were hollow now, her hair tangled, her clothes thin and dirty. She didn't recognize him at first. She just blinked, confused, as if her memory was a worn-out tape trying to replay. "Emma?" Michael whispered. Her lips trembled. Michael." In that instant, 1,000 memories rushed back. Late-night laughter in their tiny apartment, the birth of their daughter Lily, the fights, the broken promises, the day she walked out after rehab failed for the second time. He thought he'd buried those memories. He hadn't. "Come on," he said gently. "Let's get you out of the cold." But Emma shook her head. "No, I can't. I don't deserve your help." The words cut deeper than she realized. This wasn't the fiery woman he had known. This was someone who had been beaten down by life until she believed she was unworthy of even basic kindness. "Please," he said softly, "at least let me buy you dinner." Her eyes filled with tears. She nodded. At the diner they sat in a corner booth, Emma hunched over a bowl of soup as though afraid it would be taken from her. Michael didn't rush her. He just watched, trying not to break down. "How long have you been on the streets?" he asked eventually. Emma hesitated. "A few months. And before that? Couch hopping, shelters, jobs here and there. But the addiction..." Her voice cracked. "I messed everything up. I know I hurt you and Lily." He swallowed hard. Lily was 9 now, a bright, curious girl who asked about her mother less and less. He had never painted Emma as a villain, just a woman battling demons. But he had no idea how much truth she could still handle. "You've been clean?" he asked carefully. Emma nodded. 9 months. I relapsed last winter, but I've been trying. Really trying." Michael exhaled shakily. He knew the difference between someone trying to manipulate and someone genuinely broken. This was the latter. Then she whispered something that shook him even more. "I walked away because I loved you both. I didn't want Lily to grow up watching me destroy myself." He clenched his jaw, trying not to cry. "Leaving didn't save her, Emma. She missed you. Every day." She closed her eyes. A tear slipped down her cheek. "I'm sorry. It wasn't an excuse. It wasn't an attempt at forgiveness. It was simply the truth." A father's dilemma. Michael drove her to a budget motel and paid for a night. She stared at the keycard like it was a miracle. "Why are you helping me?" she whispered. "Because you're Lily's mother. And because once you were everything to me." Emma's breath hitched. "I don't want to cause trouble. If your new life, your relationships, anything, I don't want to mess it up." Michael shook his head. There was no new relationship. He had dated casually, but no one ever stayed. Not because he wasn't ready, but because he hadn't found anyone who fit into the space Emma once occupied. "Let me help you get back on your feet," he said. Emma bit her lip. "I don't know if I deserve that chance. Everyone deserves a chance." She looked away, as though the weight of hope itself was too heavy to hold. The hard road back. Over the next few weeks, Michael helped Emma step back into the world she'd fallen out of. He contacted a recovery center, helped her get new clothes, sat with her through intake interviews, and paid for medication and counseling. But the hardest part came the day she asked, her voice barely audible, "Does Lily want to see me?" Michael hesitated. "She wants to know you're okay." "That's not the same thing." "No," he agreed softly. "It's not. But it's a start." Emma nodded, bracing herself. "If she doesn't want to see me, I'll understand." But when Lily finally met Emma at the park, something unexpected happened. The little girl walked slowly toward her mother, studying her face. And then Lily reached out and took Emma's shaking hand. Emma burst into tears. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Lily just hugged her. Michael stood back, heart aching. This moment, this fragile reunion was both beautiful and terrifying. Because healing wasn't linear. And love, even broken love, didn't fix everything overnight. But it gave them something to hold on to. A step toward redemption weeks turned into months. Emma attended therapy, found a part-time job at a bookstore, and slowly built herself back up. She wasn't perfect, no one is, but she was present, consistent, trying. Michael admired that more than anything. One evening, after they had finished dinner together, something they now did every Friday, Emma lingered at the door. Michael? She said softly. Yeah. She looked at him the way she used to years ago, vulnerable but full of warmth. I know we can't go back to what we were, but I want to thank you for not giving up on me, for giving me a second chance at life. He stepped closer. I didn't save you, Emma. You saved yourself. I just offered a hand. But you were the only one who did. There was a long, quiet pause, a moment heavy with everything left unsaid. Then she placed her hand over his, tentative, trembling. Do you think, she whispered, someday we could try again? Slowly? For Lily, but also for us. Michael's chest tightened. Not with pain this time, but with something softer, something he hadn't felt in years, hope. We don't have to rush, he said. But yes, someday we can try. Emma smiled, a real smile, the kind he thought he'd never see again. An inspiring message. Life had thrown them both into darkness. Addiction had shattered their family. Pride, pain, and fear had kept them apart. But compassion had brought them back. Not perfectly, not instantly, but genuinely. Michael learned that sometimes the people who hurt the most aren't looking for forgiveness. They're looking for a lifeline. And Emma learned that no matter how far someone falls, dignity and redemption are never beyond reach. Their story wasn't a fairy tale or a fresh romance. It was something far stronger. A second chance, a reminder that broken doesn't mean unworthy. That healing takes time. And that love, real love, doesn't always vanish. Sometimes, it simply waits for the day it can find its way home.